Tonight, plus all of yesterday's goals, Jenas and Defoe are here, and we'll also get them to tell us who should start for England at the World Cup. First, Fulham against Manchester United, whose season so far has been up and down. Well, stranger should mention Ronaldo, who missed today because of illness, but has also done an interview with Piers Morgan. And I've got some of the quotes from the interview in front of us. Piers Morgan said to him, they're trying to force you out. Ronaldo says to Morgan, yes, not only the coach, but the other 2 or 3 guys that are around the club. Morgan says at senior executive level, and Ronaldo says, yes, I felt betrayed. Morgan says, you think they're trying to get rid of you? Ronaldo says, honestly, I shouldn't say that, I don't know, but listen, I don't care. People should listen to the truth. I feel betrayed, and I feel that some people don't want me here, not only this year, but last year too. Thoughts?
First of all, I'm totally baffled and confused as to why he's done this interview, if I'm totally honest with you. Today, the timing of it, I think it leads you to just how Cristiano Ronaldo is obviously feeling right now and how he's felt all season. We've seen nothing but almost petulance throughout the whole year with the kind of like walking down a tunnel. Today, supposedly, well, he said he was ill on the sheet anyway. I don't know what's actually been reported, but now he's doing interviews with Piers Morgan. Look, he's a frustrated player. And I've said from day one, I think that the whole situation has been mismanaged by the club with Cristiano Ronaldo this year. And whether he feels lied to or not, today just don't feel right to me. It feels. I don't think it's going to help him with the Manchester United.
I think it's disappointing, to be honest. I mean, he's got nothing to prove. So I can't understand why he would want to put his point across. Maybe his ego's dented a little bit. I think it's a situation where he's not ever been in this situation before. And maybe he doesn't know how to handle it. But you'd like to think there's people around him that would say, you don't have to do this.
He's done there now, isn't he? I mean, Eric Ten Hag can't, isn't he?
As a manager, I mean, I feel like Eric Ten Hag, where I do half kind of like with Ronaldo and what he's saying, he feels like he's been kind of like used a little bit in a way. He's like the black sheep. He's the kind of, the one to kind of like throw the stick at. I do at times feel like with Ten Hag, it enables him to elevate his position at the football club when he treats Cristiano in a certain way. It enables to kind of get the dressing room to fall in line. But at the same time, Ronaldo does have to behave in line with how the rest of the team does. But I do think if I was a manager, it makes sense for Ten Hag to... I mean, he can't play him now.
But Jay,
he can't be involved in the team now.
I think he scored 20 plus goals last season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So Ronaldo's probably thinking, well, actually, I was your top goal scorer last season. And he's thinking, I would do the same. So it is a funny situation, but really disappointing seeing that, to be honest.
Very odd day to do it as well when Garnacho gets the winner.
Yeah.
So if you ask Man United fans now, who would you be more worried about losing?
Oh no! They are going to be looking forward to the future. They aren't Garnacho. They're never going to forget what Ronaldo's done for them. But at the same time, this young lad looks really exciting.
We played quite well, and I think we had to score more goals. The difference between us and Fulham had to be bigger after the first half. But we were only 1-0 up. Then great chance just after halftime, and then you see 2 halves are never the same, and the game changes, and Fulham get better and better, get more dominant, great chances, get the equalizer, but then the last 10 minutes were again our side, and so I'm really happy with that resilience we have.
The players, they tried everything, the intensity they played, the belief they showed every time, more second half than the first one as well. I think we have to give credit to them. We have to give credit for all this, for the crowd as well, the way they lift us, and we push them in some moments of the game as well. The way we played, I think it's clear to them that we wanted to take more from the game, but many positives.
How big a moment is that for Alejandro Garnacho?
It's perfect. They get the chances.
He's a big talent, and he's starting to learn the things and the movements of the game. He's starting to know when to dribble and when to pass, and I think from now on he will only get better. And we will try to help him and push him in the right way when he works hard and really does his thing.
Well, let's deal with the man who got the winner, shall we, Jermaine? Because you think he gives United something just a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, the young man, really impressive. You know, when he came on just to inject a little bit of life into the Man United team, I felt Fulham looked like the better team that would go on and win the game. You know, he came on the 72nd minute, was really direct in everything he did. He stayed wide here, as you can see, held the width. And as soon as he gets it, all he's thinking about is just how can I get into the box and make something happen. Gets inside, a little bit unlucky there, tries to get a penalty. Wasn't, stays wide again. You know, just that change of speed, you know, getting himself into the box, being direct again, comes inside, tries to make something happen again. But just his energy levels, you know, he gets it again here, drives with it, plays a 1-2, and just if you just see the change of speed there, and what really impressed me was the finish. For a young player that's 18 years old to, especially when you know, probably the last kick of the game, to show that sort of like calm, you know, getting himself into the box, being direct again, comes inside, tries to make something happen again. But just his energy levels, you know, he gets it again here, drives with it, plays a 1-2, and just if you just see the change of speed there, and what really impressed me was the finish. For a young player that's 18 years old to, especially when you know, probably the last kick of the game, to show that sort of like calmness and composure.
On rather than chopping inside and looking for the pass that's maybe a bit different.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I felt like that substitution was needed at that stage in the game, and he's really impressed me. You know, he's someone with huge potential, but just so how direct he was, confident, and the goal, you know, his weaker foot, but how calm he was, like I just mentioned, you know, was really, really good.
He wasn't player of the match. That went to someone who could arguably be one of the signings of the season.
Yeah, I think so. Paulinho, this is his stats across all the top leagues, all 5 European leagues this season. 65 tackles, 38 won. That's the most of any player, not just midfield player, across Europe's 5 leagues. So it just shows kind of how aggressive his style of play is, but it also shows the £1 million he's coming for. And every time I watch him, I love watching him play.
Manchester United had many chances, a bit like several games they've had this season. They're struggling to convert.
Yeah, and all it is small details. You know, of course there has to be a tactical element, but at the same time, you know, when you get chances, you have to be ruthless, you have to be killers. And I felt like today they had chances. It could have been a different game if they were more ruthless. I mean, great run from Rashford here, and you see Martial in a picture there, and he gets himself in level, and I can't understand why he won't hit that first time. You know, it's a case of slowing your feet down, and for me, I think you've got to take the chance. I think if you take another touch, I think the picture's gone. You know, you make the chance a lot harder than it should be, which he did there, taking the extra touch. You see again here, you know, he gets on the ball here, and I think this one's a little bit more difficult. I think it's a good save, to be honest. I think it's more of an instinctive finish. I think he just tries to go through the goalkeeper.
More time, he'd do that,
yeah, I think so, but I think if you see, he's stretching a little bit, tries to generate power, but it's a good save from the goalkeeper. You know, Elanga does well, goes through here. You know, it's a good save from the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper gets up quick. When I first watched it back, I thought, could he have done something a little bit cheeky, maybe dink the goalkeeper, but I think the goalkeeper makes it difficult. It's a good save, that's unlucky. This one's really interesting. On a counter-attack, you know, Rashford does really well to travel that sort of distance. And what you want is from your players in the box, you want someone to get across the near post, that Elanga does, and you know, just to vacate that sort of area behind him. Eriksen at the back post, and Martial is really clever because what he does is, people talk about movement, but sometimes best movement is standing still, which he does well. I think if the ball was a little bit better, maybe just pass a little bit softer so Martial can come and hit it first time, but I think for some reason Rashford lifts it off the ground a little bit and the chance is gone. So yeah, I mean, they got into some good areas, but you know, just the small details.
Fine details and split-second decision.
Yeah, and you know, you speak about being ruthless in the final third and having killers, and yeah, I know a lot said about Ronaldo, but it's so difficult to watch that game and not think about Ronaldo. You know, maybe if he was playing, you know, one of those chances might have been converted. It's hard to see past that.